Yo, what's up everyone? My name is Andrew Warren, and in today's video, we're going to be discussing, of course, as always, the topic of Tesla stock and why I'm most likely going to be buying more sometime this week. And of course, as always, if you enjoy the Tesla videos, please make sure to smash that like button. But just getting into this topic for today, it's currently like 2 a.m. on Monday morning, so we do have the market hour starting in just a matter of a few hours. So in this video, I just want to address a few topics such as like with the week ahead with Tesla and some of the plays that I will be making this week so far. So before we get into that, let's go ahead and check out this free stock thanks to Clinton using my referral link. So if you're watching Clinton, I greatly appreciate it. Let's see what we get for today. Ooh, 548 Sirius XM once again. All right. So I'll probably, whenever that clears, I'll be using that for Tesla stock as well. Usually when I get my free stocks, I'll usually sell the ones from the referrals and I'll put it into like a fractional share for Tesla. I think this one and this one should be clear to sell today. So at least we're getting a little bit of cash on the sidelines here. And so just addressing my plays for this week and some of the purchasing decisions that I'll be making. I don't know exactly when I'll be going to the bank, but I'll likely be going sometime this week possibly to put in some of the physical cash that I have on the sidelines right now. And then once I put it in there that day, I'll most likely just instantly transfer it from Robinhood and buy some Tesla shares. And if I have a little bit left over, I'll use it on a fractional share. So I do have Robinhood Gold, and the advantage with me having like a large portfolio is like if I deposit like $1,000 or $2,000 or something like that, I can put it in the bank account that day and then transfer it with Robinhood, and it basically just fronts up the cash for me ahead of time since I have Robinhood Gold. And so that enables me to invest in Tesla stock instantly. Like whenever I have the money to invest, as long as it's in my bank account, I'll go ahead and just click that transfer button on Robinhood, and it basically fronts up the cash instantly until it actually takes the money out of my bank account. So that is a benefit to having Robinhood Gold. I'm definitely not trying to promote it or anything, but I'm just saying how it is pretty beneficial with my portfolio where I don't have to like wait a few days to get that transfer to happen. But the main reason that I buy Robinhood Gold is for these YouTube videos. So it gives us a little bit extra information, whether we're talking about Tesla stock or another stock, just with these analyses videos. Like I say, as you can see, Robinhood Gold research reports right here, and it gives us the Morningstar research report and like these estimated fair values. And when I really think about it, I guess this $5 a month is pretty useless when it comes to Tesla stock, and given the fact that Tesla is the only company that I own, because I just completely disagree with this fair value and the stars out of 5. That's something that I'm just probably never going to agree with, because Tesla is just not one of those typical stocks that you can put in a category and be like, okay, PE ratio, ridiculous, stock's overvalued. And I think as we get farther on into the future, and especially with these tech stocks, people are going to just realize that investing isn't going to be the same way that it used to be, like with value investing, where people were looking for stocks and companies that were undervalued. Whereas now, of course, just imagine if you bought Apple stock a year ago when people were still saying it was ridiculously high at all-time highs. For example, a year ago at this point in time, September 12th, it was $55, now it's $112. So if you listen to those like value investing people, especially when it comes to tech stocks, you might actually be missing out a lot. And of course, anything that I say in this video is not to be considered financial advice. This is simply me just sharing my thoughts and opinions about the market. But I just think that's a really good example, especially when it comes to disruptive innovation and disruptive companies that are just changing industries as a whole, and especially when it's like in the tech sector as well. It's just one of those things where it's almost like you're just buying the winners. It's not as hard as it seems to be when it comes to picking successful companies, because at this point, you can pretty much just pick the companies that are already successful because they're continuing to scale the business, continuing to offer more products, continuing to put money into research and development for more innovation. Now that's just my personal opinion, but I've always thought that people make investing a little bit more difficult than it actually is. Honestly, a lot of the times if it's someone's stock picking, it's really not that hard to pick a solid long-term company. Like with the ones on my watch list, you have Apple, you have Amazon, Microsoft, Adobe, and a few of these like Nvidia. And so there's a lot of great companies out there that may look like they're expensive because they're at their all-time high prices, but still, it's almost like just picking the winners. It seems like it's expensive right now, but if you think about the fact that they're just going to continue to grow their revenue and continue to scale the business in the future, It's actually not too hard when you start looking at these companies and just thinking about, is this company going to be successful in the long term? Are they going to keep reinvesting their profits back into growing their company? And the answer is actually pretty simple most times, unless you're looking for these companies early in its growth stages, like with Tesla, where you have a difficult situation where some investors are saying this stock is way overvalued considering the revenue that it makes and things like that. However, this is where it's really beneficial to be a long-term investor, because we can look far on into the future and explore the reasoning as to why people are valuing this company so high. And that is because of autonomy, that's because of their future EV sales, that's because of their energy business when it comes to batteries, solar panels, large-scale batteries, auto bidder. And I think this is really the awesome thing about the stock market, in which investing is constantly changing. The markets nowadays are things that are just not clear-cut. Nothing can really be exactly predicted. And so we're seeing this big tech boom right now, and I honestly just think it's well deserved, because if you really think about the future and what is going to generate the highest revenue and the biggest gross margins and things like that, it's pretty easy to just analyze that question and think about all of the digital content and how profitable it is, in the sense that once the program or whatever software it is already created and all of the money is invested into creating that, pretty much after that, as people start to buy that digital content and that digital service, it continues to create profits over time. And you can pay a team of software developers and coders to fix the small issues, but really the gross margins on software and things like that is really high compared to physical products. And so Tesla is of course a car company that sells physical products, but when we're talking about robo-taxis and the full self-driving technology costs and infotainment opportunities, there's actually a really big opportunity for some high gross margins for Tesla in the future. And I think they're actually going to dominate pretty much every other car company and every other competitor that is trying to go against them in the future, because they will be the first to develop full self-driving technology that is actually effective and safer than a human. And that's just my opinion, of course, but I think that's where Tesla has some huge advantages that people aren't really considering. If you think about your typical auto company, obviously, you know, they're selling millions and millions of vehicles, but you have to think about, in the past, have we ever seen really crazy gross margins where they're making like a huge profit rate compared to their initial cost? Most times, that's just not the case, because they're selling physical products. Yet with Tesla in the future, they'll be selling physical products, but they'll also be making tons of money off of digital revenue as well. When it comes to subscription services, autonomy, like I mentioned, you have the robo-taxi fees, in which even if you are renting out your Tesla to people every single day, Tesla is going to get a cut of that as a company as well. And with millions and millions of vehicles in the future doing that, then that's a lot of profit for Tesla over time, especially considering the fact that that technology is what the customer pays for, yet Tesla is still getting a small cut from that from the robo-taxis if they do decide to charge a fee, which I think they'll likely do. So yes, at this point in time, it may seem a little bit wild that Tesla has such a huge valuation, but when you really start thinking about the long-term perspective on Tesla and the future opportunities for revenue, it actually starts to make a bit more sense than people realize at face value. However, at this point, people are making the bet on Tesla still securing this dominance in the future and forwarding the scaling of the business that we're seeing right now. And I think that's something that is a reasonable bet with Tesla, because they've continued to succeed, they've continued to execute, and obviously there have been some times in the past where Tesla has encountered some issues, but the point is that they've been able to overcome that, and now we're really starting to see the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the full potential of Tesla. And the awesome thing about this is that we're still really early in the beginning. The train is just now starting for Tesla, and I think as time goes on, we'll start to see more of a wake-up call with Tesla and analysts and their perspective on this company as they start to execute, as they start to scale the business, as they continue to beat expectations and show people that they are more than just a car company. And I think especially with the Cybertruck next year, it's going to be a game changer when we see how many they're able to produce at a fast rate, and especially as we have the Berlin Gigafactory and the Austin Gigafactory ready to go and producing vehicles. And so right now, all of these big events in the short term are mostly about the cars, but when we think about farther into the future and how Tesla will continue to scale its energy business, then that's just a whole nother area that will contribute to Tesla being a multi-trillion-dollar company in the future. Now, this is obviously just my opinion, like I said, on Tesla, but these are just some of the reasons why I'm going to be buying more Tesla stock and and why I'm going to continue dollar cost averaging into this company. So like I said, I'll likely be using my cash on the sidelines once I'm able to take it to the bank, whether it's sometime this week or sometime before battery day, like on Monday of next week. But I will be purchasing more Tesla stock soon, and I hope to be able to at least get that to the bank sometime this week if possible. And for those that are new here, I just want to go and show my previous receipts for Tesla. I have still been buying this stock recently on September 11th, on September 9th, September 8th, August 27th, August 26th. So we have big purchases. Some of them are from me selling previous positions. So like if you see a huge purchase, it's most likely from me selling Apple or Microsoft, like with this $10,000 and this $11,000 and this $19,000. But I've still been putting in some of my money here and there as well with this $1,500 purchase, $232 purchase, $99 purchase. So I'm really trying to practice what I preach here because I believe in this company. I still believe that Tesla is a really solid investment, even at this price right now, for those that are actually willing to hold this stock for the long term and not panic over the volatile days or not panic over the big drop days, even if it's at like minus 20%. As you all can see, holding through that has actually helped me a lot. And so I just don't get emotional about the market. That's a really huge advantage if you can learn to separate your emotions from the market. And so having that patience has enabled me to recover like 1/3 of this most recent drop already. And I'm still continuing to buy more because I see a huge opportunity with Tesla in the future. So anyways, with this video, I just wanted to share some of my investing perspectives, some of the moves I will likely be making this week, as long as I'm able to get that cash to the bank. But regardless, I can guarantee you all that I will be purchasing Tesla stocks sometime this month, most likely this week if possible. But I just wanted to have that transparency there and let you all know what I was doing, and also just give some of my thoughts and perspectives on this company. So as always, please make sure to smash that like button if you enjoyed this video, and also feel free to check out Robinhood and Webull in the description below. If you sign up with my referral link, you'll get some free stocks, and especially with Webull right now, you can get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,400, and all you have to do is sign up with my referral link and deposit $100 into your account. You can take that $100 right back out after you get your free stocks. So just want to let you all know about that. But hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a fantastic beginning of your week.